Alright, here we go on the ukulele. And I ain't got no guitar. Nah, I'm just kidding. I got a guitar here. I wonder if y'all can guess what this one is. Dead strings. Terrible. Well, fixed the volume issue that was on it, and we're gonna get this thing cleaned up and a string change. So y'all talks amongst yourselves. I'm gonna be cleaning this guy. We might get this done in less than 30 minutes, but you know me, I like to talk while I'm changing strings. So look at that, making the wood pop already. Man, just look at that finish. We're gonna get down in that hardware. I can almost see it. Can y'all see it? Look, breaking the fourth wall here. Get off the light. Check that out. Sunburst, traditional sunburst. Gotta get the heel. Gonna have to really get the hardware. There's a lot of hand goo on here. We're gonna get that cleaned up too. You know what I'm gonna do? I am just gonna cut the strings on this. They're literally rusted, and you might not be able to see it. Hey, look. Trying to get that detail on there. Get off the light. There we go. Ew. So, what's up, Mickey? We're gonna get the grit and the grime off of here. So, been doing like a mini series about once a month on fixing somebody's guitar while I'm on Facebook and trying to talk to everybody at the same time, trying to make it entertaining. So, let's just do the fun part. You'll shoot your eye out. We're gonna do this the hard way. Yeah. Rust. This one's a rust bucket for sure. Rust. You shoot your eye out. I did that the hard way. But guess what? I got vintage tuners. So look at that. Boom. Old, nasty, dead strings. Off. Off. Be gone. Might not be efficient with it tonight since I'm on live, and I normally like to do this live, but we're gonna just talk. It could be chalk and cheese, as those Brits say. I've learned that term in the last month, and I thought it was neat. Americans don't say chalk and cheese when two things are totally different. Tell me in the comments, what do you guys say when things are different? What's been going on today? Going on in the weekend? We are getting to the hardware. That's the reason why I did this the fast way. I really want to get rid of this. Oh, you guys might see Chloe in the background. That's our husky. She's not content with her food and water. She's wanting table scraps, but we're not doing the table scraps, Chloe. Dinner's done. We are adding just a little bit of what I use, Wyman lemon oil, and I use just a little dab of D. You don't want to overkill it, but we're going to go ahead and put it on the fretboard because it is a nice rosewood. Alright, so I just did a little spot it's got to literally soak that up, and then we're going to go back and get the extras off. But you can see how dry that is, and then that one little spot, it is popping. So we're going to do the same thing all the way down. Get rid of the hand goo. Actually, I might need a little bit more. Yeah. Let's get rid of the hand goo. Gonna apply the oil first. Just get her on down there. Everything else on this guitar is gloss but the fingerboard, and the fingerboard was extremely dry. Got some greenage on the frets there. Let's put a little elbow grease on it. I'm not filing anything. Yep, just getting rid of the hand goo. Finger residue does a lot. They tell you to wipe down your strings after you play. I've never done that at all. By the time I even think about it, I'm already working on a new string change because my tone is lost. And we can't lose tone. We got to have new strings for tone. My name is Tone. Alright, I'm just going to take this Mr. Clean wipe and we're going to get some of the green off the fret. Like I said, just elbow grease. Just get the elbow grease in it. Probably need to go on StuMac and get the right tools to do this stuff. I heard the quadruple zero steel wool does this. It just takes the grime off of it. Look at that. Black dot. Oh, got a little rust there, actually. That's from the string. Somebody plays A chords. Somebody plays E chords. So you can see it kind of heavy on those. Alright, cool. Alright, fun part is now getting to this hardware. So while I can find that spot where I had the oil, it's soaking it up fast. I'm actually going to have to do another layer of oil. And the fretboard, it was so dry, it's not even bubbling up. That wood was thirsty, and it's rosewood. Tellies. Hey Jesse, how's it going? Talking Tellies right now. Who's your favorite Telly artist? Mine's Dean DeLeo from Stone Temple Pilots. Nobody associates a Telecaster with that guy. I do. Literally, they are like the 90s Led Zeppelin, because that's what they were trying to replicate in their sound. So, of course, with Jimmy Page having a Telly, guess what Dean played? A Les Paul and a Telecaster. But I love his Telecaster songs, so I really like Stone Temple Pilots. Tell me in the comments, who's your favorite Telly artist? Just let me know. Alright, we're going to get all this hardware and get the hand sweat off of here with this Mr. Clean eraser, because I'm not going to do a Scotch-Brite anymore. Learned that the Scotch-Brite can be very hard too if you put some elbow grease on it. But a Mr. Clean eraser is going to make it pop again. And then I got my nice Nomad here, Music Nomad. We can get just the dust off, but it's not going to get the crap out. Alright. Having some fun already. Find the dry side. Get the lipstick guy. Hey, he looks better already. Chloe, your toenails are actually making very, very high percussion here that I can hear. I don't know if the camera can hear it or not. We're going to assume that the camera could hear it. Dad, does this Telly look familiar? I couldn't replicate your volume issue. To me, it works great with the pedals I have. I even played it with the dead strings that were on it. We're going to put some new strings on this thing and call it a day. So hopefully you'll see this guy again tomorrow. We're going to try to work on some of these rust areas. You got a little rust bucket going here. Hello, is anybody out there? Just nod if you can hear me. I can't see if you guys can nod. I'm not even sure if you can or can't hear me, or if there's an echo, or if there's a problem with the audio. Oh, the pickup mounts are a little loose. Might have to do an adjustment there once we get everything wired up. So, right now working on hardware. Awesome. Glad you guys can hear me. Tell me who your favorite... Hey, Sean. Tell me who your favorite Tele artist is. I said mine was Dean DeLeo. Extra points if anybody was listening. Who does Dean DeLeo play for? So, who is your favorite Tele artist? Somebody's going to say Keith. I just know it. Somebody's going to say Jimmy Page, and I just know it. Somebody's going to say Buck Owens. I'm going to be like, tip my hat off to that guy. I would say Jerry Reed's another good one. Yeah, definitely. So we are getting the grit and the grime and the rust off. This is probably going to take longer than the string change, unfortunately. So while I do that, we'll talk Tele. Who's your favorite Tele artist? Not seeing it in the comments. But we're talking live, Tele talk, on a Saturday. Everybody says Straturday. Well, guess what? I got a Tele. We're going to talk about Teles. If I say anything, I'm going to give a shout out to Brian at Kenatone about it being Ratterday, and he's got a promo. If you guys go, he's not paying me to do this. I really like the guy. Go on his page, and if you put in Ratterday, that is a promo code. I do know he's knocking 15% off or something like that. And I made a post about it earlier, and you guys should go check that out for Saturday. And the promo was called Ratterday. Boy, that is some rust. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see all that rust? It looks chrome there. That's crazy. Let's get in the camera. You can see some of the grit in the ground. I can see the dust on it already. So we're knocking that out. Trying to get down to the hardware. Make it look shiny again. And it's mostly around the top, any on the bottom. Nope, bottom's clear. Bottom's clear all the way through. Should have grabbed my can of air, but I was more worried about grabbing the camera. Come on, guys. There's 4 of y'all. Y'all should be able to tell me who your favorite Tele artist is. Real easy. Really easy one. Who plays a Tele? Just name somebody that plays a Tele. That would help me out. I told you mine. It's not a big secret. Mainly because I play a lot of STP. That's why I like the sounds. You're tripping out my paper heart. That's a good Tele song from STP. Interstate Love Song. That's another good STP. Tele song. And boy, that's down in there. Yep, that's part of the hardware now. It's pitted. That's just part of the life of a Tele. Especially when it gets hand goo and some moisture and some playtime on it. Alright, that's probably about as good as I'm going to get with that. Now we're just going to clean it. Still, nobody in the comment box. Type in your favorite Tele artist. Well, it looks like the fretboard's starting to bubble up. So that means it soaked all it can soak. We are going to get this clean. One way or another. Come on now. Alright. Hopefully I don't knock the alignment off. And it stays. And it's still bridged the same way. I like the brass saddles. That would be a good upgrade right there. Getting some brass saddles. I think these are the stainless steel ones. Or these are just steel ones. Brass would make the sustain happen. and make it snappy like a Tele. Get that country snap in there. What was it? Albert Lee? Albert Lee had a Tele in blues. Who in blues had a Tele? I'm trying to think. Tele. Billy Gibbons played a Tele at some point. Billy Gibbons probably played about every guitar ever made. He just don't tell you what he owns. He owns a museum, I know that. Joe Bonamassa's probably played Teles. You know what? I know Joe Bonamassa had a Tele, a maple neck Tele, like a vintage one. I want to say it's like a 68 or something ridiculous vintage. Tunes it up to F because he did not want to use a capo for just one song, and I can't even remember what song it was, but I remember watching a video and I'm like, that dude really took the extreme of that neck of being maple neck, and taking it to the extreme of tuning it up to a full F with 13s on it. 13s. And tuned it up to F. It's not like he was tuning the E flat. He tuned it up to F with 13s on it. On a Tele. That just tells you how strong these guitars are. And I hope you guys are enjoying my little bit of commentary that I give. I still have yet to see your favorite Tele artist, guys. Give me a thumbs up here. Give me a heart here. Let me know what's going on. I see y'all dropping in and out. Dropping like flies. It's okay. It's my normal string change where I talk some kind of guitar or bass while I'm doing a string change on Facebook Live. That's free to you. Free to watch. Oh, so I tried Reddit this week. That was a bad idea. Really bad idea. I know people said there's like really good heartwarming stories on Reddit. I'm not discounting that. But when I was talking gear, nah. It did not happen. There was no love for gear. I guess you just got to be a certain person before that happens, where they really like your stuff. So I actually put my pedal board cabinet up there because, I mean, it's kind of my pride and joy. And that's been my life work for the last 2 years, is working on that piece of equipment and updating it and upgrading what I can on it. And everybody just took a big poo-poo on it on Reddit and saying it's too heavy. And I'm like, not one of these people have showed up to any of my gigs to carry that cabinet, and it's not that heavy. It weighs just as much as my Hot Rod Deluxe. And if I have to travel a pretty good distance, I think a pair of hand trucks could fix that. So, like, why take a poo-poo on it? I mean, it's a killer design. I've gigged with it for quite a while now. I mean, it's set up and torn down every single week, twice a week on one day in particular, and that will be tomorrow, Sunday. Tomorrow will be Sunday, my dudes. Make sure you set your clocks, or you're going to be, wherever you're going to be, late by 1 hour. I had no idea. Nobody said nothing to me about clocks. I just let the good times roll. So we are still getting there on the clean. I'm going to have to do a dry rub down to get the rest of the extras off. Boy, that came out. Look at that. Just look at it. There might be too much light for you to actually tell, but we got all the hand goo off, all the rust out. There's no more rust on it. There is some pit into the ashtray bridge where the Tele bridge pickup goes. There's some pitting there, but I think that's typical. It's gonna give a green patina over time where those pits are, and it's gonna be hard to clean. I think it's gonna have to be livable. Audio is good. Guthrie Trap, Keith Richards. Yep. Brass Saddles. Yep, there you go. Albert Collins. That's who I was thinking of. Tab Benoit and Johnny Lang. Johnny Lang played a Tele? I thought he was a Strat guy. Tele guy, Joe Strummer, and definitely Keith. Golly, guys. Why didn't I scroll? That was not populating. And I got my phone here, and it's not populating there either. Good gracious alive. Bear with me 1 second while I... Alright. Cool. Glad you guys are watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All the input. That's great. I've been sitting here thinking, like, you guys hadn't even been talking to me. I've been talking to myself, thinking I'm crazy. But I tell you what, I talk to myself. I'm holding a staff meeting, #1, and I need expert advice. So that's why I'm talking to myself. If you ever catch me talking to myself. All right. So, with who your favorite Tele artist is, let's say, what's your favorite Tele song? And I'm going to say mine's from цаг ooqǝɔถี่. And that dude can shred a Tele. I mean, shred anything. Because for Wildwood guitars, he can really throw down all that vintage gear that they get. And he's got a song called Chief Blues. And I would have to say right now that that is my favorite Tele song. And he's got this Fishman pickup system that's his, that's got like this push button in the barrels. He gives it like a 3 dB boost or something like that. And then his pickups basically select pretty much. Clapton played a Tele. Well, Yardbirds, wasn't it? Early Springsteen. Yeah, we actually do some Springsteen. I think we just do Glory Days. And I really crank out that A chord on that. So yeah, early Springsteen. That is right. Because I think he plays piano now or something. Clapton was a heavy Strat player, a heavy SG player. He played a Tele in Yardbirds, and I think that's where Jimmy Page got his Tele influence too. Early Zepp was Tele. Brad Paisley, oh my lord. Which Brad Paisley song, Thad? What's your favorite Tele song? Tele song. Written, played on the Tele, played live on the Tele. What's your Tele song? Alright, we're going to let that bubble up and then I'm going to start throwing these strings on here. Definitely early Gibson. What's your favorite Tele song? You can play it all night long. Alright. This stuff is bubbling up everywhere, so I'm showing my love on it. We're going to turn it to the back. How bad is the back? Check out the back. It's got a flame in it. Let's get it in there. You can barely tell the grain in it, but it's got a flame maple. I like the heel on it. The heel's nice too. Alcohol. Brad Paisley. Brad Paisley plays a pine. That is a tongue twister. Pine-bodied Tele. I think because he has to stand up with it for 4 or 5 hours, so that's probably why. But pine is... You wouldn't think pine has a tonal quality, but I guess if really what you need is the pickups in the neck doing all the snap, it's probably why. But I remember playing one and it was ridiculous. It was like 3 pounds or something ridiculous. Alright, let's get up in the tuner range. Let's clean that guy while everything else is bubbling and waiting. The headstock's actually the cleanest part. It was the cleanest part when I came into checking it anyways. This thing is killer. The string tree is actually swiveling. Check that out. Alright, let's put you back. Alright, Tele song. What is your favorite Tele song? You'd have to start me up. That's one. Let's see. Tele song. I said Tripping a Hole in Paper Heart, STP. Interstate Love Song. Other Tele songs. Let me think. Say цаг ooqǝɔถี่, which I could probably name 10 different songs of his, or try to. And he had a killer Tele setup. His new Reverend Tele is literally 15% larger or something. It's literally like this big of a Tele, but you can't tell it on him because he's like 6'7" and his fingers are like 12 inches long a piece or something. The dude's a huge guy and can get around the neck. Alright, that bubbled up. Getting all that residue out to you. That neck was dry. Really dry. Really, really, really dry. And all the hand goo is gone. Alright, I think we can actually start putting some strings on it. And do a wipe off one more time. Honky tonk woman. Oh, can think that's some more stones. I could think Brooks and Dunn, because I'm pretty sure Kick Brooks played Telly. Whose axe am I working on? Hey, Jason, look at the guy above you. That ought to answer your question. If I told you if it was mine, would it hurt your feelings? Yeah, Tellys do everything. Tellys are the reason why pedal designers do everything they can to make a Telly sound good. I think it's just because it's like the original pickup configuration, or one of the original pickup configurations. Here, let's sit down for a second. Alright, let me get the strings. That's what I forgot to do before I got started. Let's grab the strings. There we go. Oh, you want some candy? I got some Reese's. I'm just kidding. I told everybody there was free pizza on Fridays on my Facebook. I said pizza's in the break room. And Jesse spoke up and he was like, I went in the break room and I was talking pedals to people, but nobody knew what I was talking about. And I was like, take the pizza and run. It's lagging. Whose is it? It's a TCB special. I think that would have been easy to guess. Or may or may not have been easy to guess. Alright, remember, free pizza. It's in the break room, guys. I thought that was funny. I usually do something nutty on Facebook just to be funny. I'll usually make a post and I'm like, help, help. I'm trapped in this thumbnail. Somebody get me out of the server. But, like, nobody gets it. I guess it's just like a dad joke thing or something. But we are getting the E string on. We're rolling with 10s. Right there. Regular slinky. And the 10 to the 46. Yep, 46. I almost said 52, but that'd be ridiculous. We're going to wind the whole post. Sure, why not? Vintage tuners. Vintage tuners, kids. Those are actually some of my favorite tuners for Fender guitars. Is actually the vintage Fender stock. And let's go to the top of the headstock and make a cut. Vintage tuners. Everybody loves these. They're the coolest look. Hardest to get started. We're going to get this done today. Alright, we're rolling with it. Come on now. Purple string winder. Right here. Purple string winder. Hold on, tree. Surgical move. Oh man, I was looking at a Sweetwater exclusive telly. It had a barnwood finish. It was this bright blue color. I sent Jody a link. It's like $1,200. It's an American, it's new American standard. But it was a Sweetwater exclusive finish for a telly. I thought it was killer. I had to show you, Jason. Come on, string. Where did my tuner go? I had a tuner with me. Yes. Alright. Joyo. Little baby tuner. Look at that guy. I'm gonna cut him on. Look how tiny that screen is. Oop. Did I kill the battery? Look how tiny that screen is. You can't even tell it's on the headstock. It looks like a cigarette burn if you ever see it on the headstock. Hold on, I'll show you. You can't even tell this guy's on here at all. I really like this guy. I played a lot of Where in the States am I from? I'm in South Carolina right now. So you can't even tell that guy's on there. And I can't help my southern accent. It's not going away. Everybody says when they look at me, I look like I'm from LA, but the next thing I know, they start talking, they're like, no, he's from somewhere else. Let's go ahead and give a stretch before I even get up to pitch. Because these are still saddles. Prince! Purple Rain was done on a Tele. Why did I not remember that just now? Oh yes, that's a dangerous dance. I'm just going to move on to the next string so we get the neck in place. 10, gone. 13 next. Hey Trevor, doing a string change on another guitar. I can't help that accent. That accent is a short A. It's the most annoying sound in the world. That's what they said on Dumb and Dumber. But I think they were referring to the southern accent because that's funny because we use short A a lot. And short A is eh. That is the southern accent. And where I'm from, you have Ric Flair and Dale Earnhardt, so double southern, I guess. Alright. Going three tuners. On a vintage headstock, I'll try to show you here. On a vintage headstock, you have these split posts. The split posts have a countersink. And that countersink, I don't think it goes down an inch, but it goes down a way. So you go through into the top of the post. If these were locking tuners, there would be a post in there and a set screw to grip. But I don't have that. We're gonna wing it. Oh, Boston accent. Boston. Golly. You know. But they call people from Massachusetts other words. I'm not going to repeat it because I think it's mean. But I think some of them take pride in it. But yeah, Boston has like 4 different accents of Boston too. Just like New York has 4 different accents. Woo. Well, I wonder if I could belt that out. Woo! There we go. Got that out. Got the phlegm out. So that's how you do that. It's my ode to Ric Flair already. Alright, let's stretch them in. Got my Ric Flair in today. Alright, we're still talking favorite Tele songs. We said Prince. Who else is a Tele player that you like? Yes, that was the word I was thinking of too. Alright, Prince. He did Purple Rain. Raspberry Beret. Is that yeah, definitely Kiss, 1999. He had the cloud guitar too, but I don't know what songs were Prince. All right, that's enough Prince, I guess, because I done exhausted my. I start thinking more Dave Chappelle about Prince than anything. All right, 17. The famous G string. Let's get you on there. Get you some. I got family in New Hampshire, and they have that accent where, you know, I can't replicate it, but a lot of them actually go to Mass for vacation, and it must be beautiful there. So, all right, Raspberry Beret was the cloud guitar. There we go, kids, getting some trivia in. All right, I don't know what is your favorite Telly song. What's on a Telly? Boot, Scoot, and Boogie. Let's talk some Brooks and Dunn. That has to be done on the Telly. Uh, Joe Diffie, Pickup Man. I watched Andy Wood like replicate Pickup Man. Oh my goodness, man! Andy Wood's he plays a Shure Telly now, I believe. But golly, him and Pete Thorne, I think, have a Telly set up for Shure guitars, and those guitars are Expensive. Oh, another Let's talk Tele manufacturers then, because it's not just Fender and Squier, but Sure's they're another boutique style Fender maker that makes one. Of course, the G&L from Leo Fender. Fio. That sums that name up real fast. Uh, let's see who else makes a Tele. Schecter makes a Tele, and that's because Pete Townsend. Pete Townsend was another Tele player. Just thought about that. The PT model, and then he jumped from Schecter. And let's see, Schecter made one. One I like is Macmil, and I'm not even sure where they're based. But a Macmil made Tele has a killer pointed headstock. So to me, as a metal player, I'm loosely basing metal players since I've been playing mostly blues lately. Would be a really cool headstock is a Macmil headstock, and I'm not even sure where they're based from, but I really did like their guitars. That's another Tele maker. All right, another Tele maker. Let me think. That makes Teles. Everybody's taking a stab at this. You got the cheap guys. I'm sure Harley Benton. People are like, oh yeah, get a Harley Benton. I'd buy a Squier. I would trust the quality of Squier over the Harley Benton. G's in. All right, do that John 5 thing where you, which I think John 5 did the whole Buck Owens thing where he did all the pitch bends in the top of the neck. All right, D string next, 26. Let's see, Tele manufacturers. There was somebody else other than Shure I was thinking of that's boutique. Whitfield, yes. The mighty Whitfield. Brian Wampler has a Whitfield Tele. And then Josh Scott has some off the wall name Tele. That was a cheap Tele, and it sounds really good. And it's a maple Tele. Whitfield Tele's good. Let me think. Another Tele manufacturer. Everybody's got to knock out Reverend. I said Reverend earlier with the Greg Koch signature. That's the Twanger. Or they called it the Buckshot or something. No, Buckshot was a Tele set up on a single cut guitar original shape that Reverend did. And then Reverend literally went and just got ballsy with it and literally made a straight up Tele just for Greg. But made it like for big hands and for a big guy like Greg Koch, which, is a really great Tele player, great Fender player. Let me think. Who else? Somebody else had a Tele. Did not get to watch the musical Beard. I really did not. Shame. Played a shame flute. I was working on this, making sure the solder joints were good. I wish I would have watched the musical. I heard that was going to be a hoot. I'm pretty sure they're going to publish it, and I will watch it later. I bet it was awesome. I'm going to tell you a cheat code. I have like this really awesome bathtub that has a smart TV mounted, and when I relax, I'm talking about I relax, and I literally watch my favorite YouTube channels while chilling in the tub for like an hour, especially after a bad day at work. And that's like my favorite thing to do. So I will probably watch an hour long TPS or somebody that's an hour long. I'll watch them while chilling in the bathtub. I need to get me a jacuzzi bathtub. That would be a goal. That'd be a house goal right there. I should put a jacuzzi in my living room. That would sound like an awesome idea. It'd be hard to pass the misses on that one. So, but stringing up a Tele. Does anybody else know another Tele manufacturer I did not mention from previous? Tele manufacturer. Awesome. It was a hoot. Nice. Alright, look at that. All the bowls are out of the rosewood neck, so all the liminal is taken. It looks like the cellulose finish here, because that's probably not the nitrate cellulose finish. It's probably just a clear on this. Anyways, it took most of the polish. Tele manufacturers. We talked Tele man. Okay, what else in Tele news can we think of? We thought of favorite Tele songs or favorite Tele artist. If you're just now joining, what's your favorite Tele artist or Tele song done on a Telecaster? Was the Oh man, that looks like a chore there, Jason. So PJ and the Beard. I don't know if your theme song was done on a Tele or a Strat. To me, it sounds more Strat. But that'd be another favorite Tele song if it was done on a Tele. For me. Alright, A string. A string's my next guy. It don't look like the action needs to be adjusted on this. We're already talking 40 minutes. I said I was trying to get down to 30 minutes. I didn't lie. I just got lost of time. And I was thinking of all the different things I'm doing. If this is a production, I'm hurting that business at that point. You should be able to do a string change in 5 minutes for a shop, I believe. But I'm calling this string talk because every time I go to change strings, I like to hang out with you guys while I do it. It takes the stress out of it. And plus, it doesn't seem like it's such a chore by doing it that way. Going 3-post again. McCarty. Nice. Alright, so we're getting some PJ and the Beard trivia today. It was done on a McCarty. Nice. And I know you really like those McCarty pickups too. They do sound great. They got a nice cluck to them as well, even with the envelope filters. They really got a nice pop to them. Ooh, I am not versed in who that is. Tom Principiata on a Tele. I'm going to have to look him up now. Nice. That's giving me some homework. Appreciate that, Beard. We are going to have to say our favorite Tele artist and Tele songs. So what's a Tele song that Tom Principiata does? So I can look him up. If he's on Apple Music or Spotify or anything, that'd be bonus points, I would say. And then, what I was saying earlier, my favorite Tele song earlier was from Greg Koch, and that's called Chief Blues. Because that dude can shred. Alright, we're up to an A. Thanks, Beard. Check that out for me. I will wait on that report. Definitely give me some more music to listen to. I like trying to find new artists if I can, if I've never heard of them, that is. Try not to be ignorant in music. Love music. I know everybody here watching loves music, or they wouldn't be watching me string up a Tele. There has to be thousands of songs written on a Tele. Maybe Sitting on the Dock of a Bay was written on a Tele. Who knows? I can't remember back that far because I was only born in the Van Halen year of 1984. Maybe other Tele songs. We talked Prince. We talked STP. We talked even early Clapton had some Tele. Actually, Clapton played a 335 in John Mayall, so it's not that. I was saying Yardbirds. Had to have been Yardbirds during that time. We're going to get this post done 1, 2, and 3. Come on, cut. Alright, last string, guys. Home stretch here. Favorite Tele artist or favorite Tele song? Just name it right off the top of your head. We'll have that discussion here. Just having fun with me doing a string change and being a goober on the internet. Alright, once we get this in, I will tune everything up and just see how snappy this Tele will get. Won't be able to plug it in because I don't have my rig set up. My rig right now is getting ready because I have to play it in the morning. And I'm losing an hour of sleep in the morning, so definitely going to have to prepare before I fall asleep. Ooh, C sharp. What note is that? D flat? Really? E flat? There we go. That's an E. Alright. Let's stretch these guys out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Ooh, that's really... getting all the extra slack. Alright. I'm going to press between the bridges. Alright. That is not in tune. We'll start working on that piece next. Let me get the last piece of the residue off of here. Find the driest part of here. Alright, look at this guy. Just look at him. Just look at him. Oh my goodness. Such a nice Tele. I love that white binding. That really shows the cutout. That's like a deluxe setup for a Tele in my opinion, if you have that white binding. I like the Reverends that have that. E. Almost A. Did that by ear almost. Let's get it to tune. Ooh, that does not. That is 5 frets off. And I'm turning and nothing's happening. That's not a good sign. It's sliding up the post. This might pink on me. Ah! I dudded it. Or dud. It's a dud. That's what I should say. My southern slang and my southern intelligence catch back up to me. So, I botched a post, and that's why I find these helpful. So, if you can not see, maybe I can show it in there. Look at that. There's this little curl right in there, and it's going to slip off that vintage tuner. That means it did not go down the countersink in that hole down far enough. And then as I was tuning, it was slipping. So that means I'm going to have to find me another, basically find me another string and call this one a lost cause. Alright. It just detuned right there. That tells me you're going to have to redo that whole one. That's the E string. Let's take him all the way out. You don't want to pop your eye out. Alright guys. It did countersink, so maybe you can see the curly Q in it. It didn't seat right. That's not fun. I don't want it to pop in my face. And I want it to be in tune. So when that happens, usually I get a new string. We're going to try seating this back into the vintage tuner again. The only cure I have for it is to take take a second try at it. And we're going to make sure it wraps the post at the top. Alright, there we go, tight tension. So I made the Z. It's feeling like it's giving me some tension here. Get my fingers out. Double B. If you ever do that Tremonti tuning, there's your 12 string cheat code. It's having a B for an E. Alright, let's see if I get the slack out without hurting myself. It's detuning. You heard it. Went down 2 whole steps. Alright, doing double B again. Let's check the wrap's good. It's slipping. That's not good. Probably gonna have to grab me another string. As soon as I try to get up the pitch. Alright, 1 for Danny. I'm gonna have to check that guy out. Thanks, Beard. Thanks for checking on that and getting back to me. It's the first time I've heard of the guy. I don't want to sound ignorant or anything. It just... This E string is giving me a fit. There it went. It seated. I'm just joking, guys. I don't want it to pop in my face. Alright, so it'll hold a G chord, C chord test every time. Alright, so nice finish. Got the string changed. One last look is Thad's Squier Deluxe Tele. Alright, let's clean his case. I'll probably just get my can of air and blow that out. Look at the back. Got the flame in it. Squier had a nice top on this. And this thing's probably sub 350. Maybe. I mean, nice top on it. Hardware's not bad. The frets are not razors. Stays in tune. Has the nice vintage tuners. I mean, what could you ask? It is a China. That's the only other downside. I like an Indo Squier. Most of my Squiers, I actually have a USA Squier, but I have a Tele pawn shop style Tele, and it's an Indo, and I really like the Indo necks from Squier. But Danny used to come through a local blues club time to time. Played with Danny Gatton. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that guy out. Alright. Talking Teles today. Got a string changed, got it cleaned up. We're gonna call it a night, guys. Y'all get that extra hour of sleep. Appreciate y'all joining and checking on my shenanigans during the live video. About an hour here, so wish you guys the best. Have a great weekend, guys. See you later.